Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Tuesday live class. I'm Christine Justy of Mail Something Pretty, and today we're going to make some arrow fold cards, and I'm going to show you that someone sent me a birthday card of this design, and it looked really complicated to me, and I wanted to make it and just kept putting it off and off and off. And actually, that same person told me she found a video of someone who made them and it made it much easier. So I watched the video and I'm going to show you an easy way of making these arrow fold cards. I'm just going to give it a second or two, or maybe a little bit longer, to make sure that we are on and everyone can hear me and it's all that tech stuff is working. But I'll go over a few things that's happening today. Stamp It Up. There's free shipping today. Any orders $75 or more, you get free shipping. So that saves a whole bunch of money. Hi, Kim. Excellent. Thank you. And so that's just today. So today is July 23rd. But you can also earn bonus day coupons, $5 coupons for every $50 you order. Hi, Nancy. And then the third thing, the bonus day coupons are good until the end of July. The free shipping is only good for today. And I'm doing a mystery host party because I said, why not? Let's kind of do it with the free shipping and hopefully we can get some higher rewards. And so that is happening today too. Oh no, I meant to type in the code, but I forgot. I think it's in the description. And so that's what's going on. And so I'll repeat those again at the end, but for you guys at the beginning, I just want to let you know. So I was saying as you guys were logging on that we're going to make arrow fold cards. And so Mimi is, she's been with me for a really long time as, I guess, a student and a friend. And she made me this arrow fold card for my birthday this year. And I loved it. To me, it kind of always looks like a little tuxedo because she did the black and the white, but it has this kind of fun fold on the inside. And I loved it. And I thought it looked a little bit complicated. And I kind of put it aside to learn how to do it. And then she actually just told me last month at club that she found a better way and an easier way of making them. And I happen to agree. And I'll show you the differences. And so I'm going to show you that. So that's what we're doing today. So there we go. Okay. So these are two examples. We're going to make a third one, just different colored patterns, just so you can see that it's really, you can do anything. So I use the, I forget what it's called, Lots of Latte or something, the coffee paper. I don't have the stamp set that goes with it, but there's paper that you can just cut out. So I just cut out these mugs and added a thank you. And then you have this fun little, I don't know, I think just kind of fun. It's just a fun little fold. So I'll write a little message. And so you want to make sure, and we'll go through it. You want paper that kind of, this is the same paper. It's just the two sides of the paper. So you want it to kind of match. Or you could just cut them separately and do it. Hi, Jenny, you're on live today. That's awesome. And this is a second one. And I use the zinnias paper. And actually, it turns out, just kind of coincidentally, both sets of paper are in the online exclusives section, so they're not in the catalog. They're both still available. The zinnias I know is low, but they're both available. And so it has that same kind of fold. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Oh, he's setting an alarm. Good for you. All right. So this is, again, the one that Mimi sent me. And so you can kind of see differences, and I'll point them all out along the way as well. Like her collar, I don't know what else to call it, but to me, again, this kind of reminds me like a little tuxedo. The collar is a different color than the base. So her base is white, and then she had that collar, whereas this collar, or I don't know, I'm just going to call it a collar because I don't really know which color it is. The edge is the same color as the base. So that's one difference. So she had to figure out how to cut these little triangles and get them just right. So that's hard. And then she just did it as there's just the base. And then this one uses the leftover strips of this first triangle. So let's show you. All right. Oh, awesome. We have someone new in here. Candy, hi, welcome. I'm Christine, and I'm glad you joined us. All right. So I'm going to use, this is actually what my paper shares look like. So this is my share of the paper share. So I'm going to use this paper. Figured I might as well do a masculine card because sometimes those are hard to come by. Let's grab a sip of water. And so these are the two sides. So I have this nice Cajun creige, kind of some sort of a plaid, and then the nice airplanes. And it's kind of like blueprint I don't know if you can see it, but his tiny little grids on there, like a blueprint paper. So we're going to use that, and then we're going to use, I have some of my pieces pre-cut here. We're going to use a base of smoky slate. And I looked, actually, I could even show you, when I do my paper shares, I label the name of the share, and I also put the coordinating colors. So I just had to look at this to know what colors were in the papers. All right, so let's see. Oh, you're new too. Hi, Lori from Arizona. And I didn't say, let's see. Uh-oh, Debbie, you're finding another friend from South Dakota. Oh, wait, you're from South Dakota. I was thinking Candy said she was South Dakota, but from Selma. So that's nowhere nearby. So awesome. I'm so glad you guys are joining in. All right, so these are my directions. I will eventually put this on my blog as well. You can either kind of take a screenshot or go back and place a replay. And I'll say everything as we go along as well. Sorry, I'm almost over my cold. Luckily, I have water up here and that will help clear my throat. All right, so we're just going to start by cutting a card base, the same as any normal base. So we're going to do, we'll actually make 2 of them. So I just cut this in half at 5 1/2, and I'm going to score it in half. That's what we do for a regular card. So that's scored in half at 4 1/4. And this is scored at 4 1/4. All right, so 2 regular card bases, normal. I'm going to put this aside for a second because we need to do some measuring. So it's helpful to have a pencil and a ruler. You can use your trimmer as a ruler, but I like to use an actual ruler. Welcome, new friends, is right, Nancy. We love people joining us. All right. Hopefully, you can see. Okay. So here's my card, right? I'll just fold it so you can see the fold. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to mark in inches the bottom of this. We just want to find the halfway point. So this is 5 1/2. So I know the halfway point is 2 3/4. So I'm just going to take my pencil and just make a mark. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little mark at 2 3/4. And the next thing I'm going to turn it, and this is half, I'm going to mark half where this is. So this is 4 1/4, so I'm going to do 2 1/8. So I'm going to measure from the fold over 2 1/8. I'm going to mark up the top and the bottom on this one. I have a glare, so I'm just trying to find out where my fold is. 2 1/8. Okay, so that's really all the marking. We did this in half at 2 3/4, and then we did this in half at 2 1/8 and 2 1/8. So I'll actually do that both at the same time. So we're just going to mark the bottom here. Oh, if I was thought ahead, I was going to say smart, but if I thought ahead, I could have used my glass plate as a ruler to do the marking. You can do that too. However you guys mark your measurements works. 2 1/8 and 2 1/8. All right, so that is the marking. So now we are going to do some scoring. Okay, hopefully, just trying to get the glare out of there. So what we're going to do is we're going to just score from this mark to the 2 centers, and then we're also going to score from the center to the fold. So we're going to have a score line going here and here, and then we'll do it on the other side. So on my trimmer, I have this tracking pad here, so I can just line up my 2 pencil marks right in that tracking pad. I don't know how to make my camera go closer, but I'll show you closer. So I just connected the dots. And now I'm going to connect this corner, the fold, to that same dot. Same thing, I'm going to put the fold and this back in the tracking pad. Now you can use, well, I was going to say you could use your score plate, but I really don't think you can. All right, so I have these 2 score marks, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to mark this corner to the middle, and then the mark to that middle. So I just have to shift my paper over. Oops. Sometimes, most times, I actually put my finger on it so that I know it's in place, and I close it. And the score line, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I have my pencil mark right here, and I have my mark right there, like that. So here are, hopefully you can see, there's a score mark here. Yeah, a score line here and here, and then one here and here. So I'm just going to do that on this side as well, just because we're making 2 cards. All right, you got my marks. I think you could do this for really almost any occasion. You know, get some Christmas paper out, or New Year's Eve paper, certainly birthdays, thank yous, hellos. And you'll see we don't even use a whole lot of designer series paper, so it's a way that you can, oh, we need that out because we're going to cut. Okay, so I did this. I kind of talked it through, but I did the mark the half at 2 3/4, and then we turned it, marked in half at 2 1/8, both the top and the bottom, and then connect the dots by scoring at the marks and at the corner. And now we're going to cut our designer series paper at 5 by 4. So this is where you need to pay a little attention if you have directional paper. So this particular paper really isn't so directional, but don't forget you have 2 sides. So if your back side is directional, you want you want it so the direction is the 5 inches across. So I'm just going to cut. This is 6 inches wide, so I just want 5 inches. Use that for something. All right, and so now, so that's 5, and I need it to be 4. I'm just going to do the inverse so you'll see. Same paper, just opposite sides. All right, so 5 by 4. Again, if the pattern was different, with however you want the pattern, you want it to be kind of a landscape position, because we're going to end up cutting a triangle like that. So I find my pencil and my ruler, and we're just going to mark it again in half. Like my ruler is see-through. I lost it. All right, so this is important. This is the front side, actually we're going to do both, but if one side is lighter than the other, it doesn't matter. You can mark either side because we're going to make kind of similar triangles, but this is what's important, because I'll show you my mistake. You don't want to mark the top, you want to mark the bottom, because our triangle is going to go this way out. So I need to mark the bottom for the tip, because we're going to cut here and here. And I'll show you in a second, because I didn't do it that way. I have an upside down triangle. All right, so this is 5 inches wide. So my half on this one is 2.5. This is the same, so I'll mark 2.5. And so now we're going to cut. We're going to cut this pencil mark from here to this corner. Same thing, just how I scored it. I'm going to put in the tracking pad and just cut it instead of score. And what did on the other side, this mark to that corner. So I have my corner. Again, I do put my finger on there and kind of rotate it till I get it. Here's my mark. Here's my corner. And I'm going to cut a triangle. And then I'm just going to shift it the other side and do the mark to that corner. All right, so we have, this is our triangle, and that's what's going to happen is we're going to go like this. So that's going to be our card. And then the other one, I'm going to cut the same, but then I'm just going to flip them in the reverse. So my mark. I think as long as you can remember, you're just doing the halfway points. It's a little easier to remember that than like a specific measurement. Then you can like do a whole bunch of these. And I'm not even going to worry about the pencil marks. We'll see at the end if I need to erase them or not. All right. So now I'm done with my cutter. I'm going to take my bases out. I'll leave those there in piles. So now we have to fold and glue. All right. So it is important to have some sort of either bone folder, or I use this, the Pampered Chef. I find that I like it. All right, so we're going to fold right on this corner right here. So this is on one of mine. I didn't really get a nice tip. It's when I folded it, it more so the second fold, but you can even, like I'm putting that in there just to make sure it's a straight line. And then this is where I kind of lost my tip. So you need to put a piece of cardstock in there. I'm going to burnish these in a second. I'm just kind of folding the paper to get them going here. And if you have a dull tip, that's okay. All right, so now I'm going to flip it over. Give it a good crease. But doing it first really does kind of help. Oh, I should say too, the video I watched, her name was Patty Dolan. That's who Mimi told me to watch. And she did do a good job. I've changed a couple little things, but she did a good job. All right, so now this is going to go in like that. And this is going to go in like that. So even if you have that and you want to do another, this is sometimes where you lose your tip too. So just pay attention to the tip. And I am going to glue mine a little differently than Patty did. Let me actually, oh no, I'll just glue it down. I'm just looking for my silicone mat in case I get glue. So one of my cards, you can kind of see, I had way too much glue. And so I'm going to show you not to do that. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is, so this piece, this one right here, is going to get glued down flat. So just, I'm only putting glue. Oh, that's way too much glue. Shoot. That's way too much glue. I'm going to put that on the block. All right. So I'm trying not to put too much glue down here because it will ooze out. So that's going to glue flat. I'm going to do the same thing on this one. Hopefully, maybe I can do it better. That's a better job. So you only really need that much glue. And then you're going to press it flat. You can even put, I brought a, we're going to use this in a second, even a big block to press it or just to hold it while it dries. But we still have to glue down this part too. And so I'm following the edge because I don't want any glue to be on this part. So if I just follow the edge down, that's all the glue I'm using for that part. And that's plenty. I'll do the same thing on this side. This had a little glue left over. Okay, and so now I will put this on there to dry. So we'll do the other one. So I'm going to fold. Just kind of paying attention to that tip. Just giving it an initial fold. And now I'm going to crease it with my either my bone folder or my Pampered Chef. I don't even know what they call it, scraper. it's going to go like that. Yeah, so it's going to lose some of that edge. So just find even a ruler or something just to put it in there, just to kind of help you with that point. Like that. All right, so now I'm going to glue this one down. I'll do this side at the same time. I really like this glue. You guys see me use it all the time. It's almost the only adhesive I use. I don't really use a tape runner. It bothers my wrist. And so the glue works out really good. Plus it's really strong. And a little goes a long, long way. So it can last you a long time. All right, so that one's dry. It should be. So now we have, here's our fold, and you can kind of see it almost looks like a paper airplane. Oh, perfect, because I'm making the airplane card. All right. So we are going to, here, we'll take these ones. And I have already cut a base, just standard, 5 1/4 by 4. And so that's just going to go in here. Now you don't have to. Like this initial one I showed you, she just used the card base. So you could either even put these on the card base just with a little, you probably need a little border though. But I'm just going to use white. A lot of times we make cards, there's lots of variances, so you kind of make it your own. I do that with my recipes too. I usually will make it as the directions say the first time, and then I'll improvise. All right, so now I'm going to put some glue. I'm putting it on the inner edges because I don't want it to ooze out on the corners. And then I find at the end, if I need to, I'll wait till it's dry, but if I need to add a little more to the corners, I will. And that's going to go there. I like this color combination. This, pretty sure it's Cajun Craze. Find my label again. Oh, it's copper clay. It's not Cajun Craze. It's a little softer. It's nice. All right, so that fits in there nice. And again, it gives you another triangle like that. And so this one's going to go right on top like that. You see, that way we just leave these alone. We didn't have to figure out a fussy way of getting a triangle in there. And that fits in there nice. All right, I'll let that dry first. Oh, I like this dry. And let me show you. Remember I said you had to cut the, might be a little in that corner. You had to cut the paper, the 5, for the 5 by 4, and to mark it on the bottom. So what happened is, I made a note. I marked this one on the bottom, and my flowers are upside down. I mean, I marked it on the top, did the cuts, and my flowers. Now with the zinnias, maybe you won't tell unless you're looking really closely, but they're upside down. So that maybe remember that you have to mark it on the bottom. I always say I give the mistake cards to my mom or a friend. We'll see who gets it. All right, so now we'll just do this one, but we're going to do opposite, which we can because it's all from one piece of paper. So if you cut 2 at once, oh, let me put this in first. I think you guys are going to like making these. All right, so the layer goes in there. Again, that's just a standard layer, 5 1/4 by 4. All right, so we're doing opposite. So we want the airplanes on this one. And I love how this was, well, this was one piece of paper, right? The 5 by 4, and when we cut it, and you just flip these on opposite sides. You can even do that on a just a regular base. Doesn't even have to have a fancy fold. The other thing with the glue is you can kind of move it into place versus if you use a tape runner. Once it's down, it's down. All right, Aunt Nancy says, such a great card, easier than it looks. It does. When I first got that one, I was like intimidated. And I said, oh, I'm gonna have to figure it out. And then I had it hanging up. And then she said, Club, she said, oh, I found an easier way. She and her daughter made a whole bunch. I forget if they were graduation thank yous or invitation. I don't know. She made it something, but she made a bunch. And she gave me the tip on how to do it better. All right, so that goes down. Oh, they're both gonna look nice. This paper is fun. This is the first time I've used this paper. There's a stamp set that goes with it. All right, wiggle that into place so I have my nice tip. All right, so there, those are, it almost looks like an envelope. Those are our two faces. And so what I did is I already I cut different colors that matched. Oh, but I did Cajun Craze. That's all right. It's copper clay. I kept thinking it was Cajun Craze, but it actually works because they're like color buddies. They're like the same. They're just darker. And I already embossed white on navy blue, and I'll show you what I used actually. New to be, round we go, and it has dies that go with it. So I use these two medallion circles. But there's some, I'm going to show you later, not today, but I'm going to show you later some fun things to do with that set. All right, so I cut white because I wasn't sure if I wanted a stamp on it, which I can. Maybe we'll stamp on one of them. We'll stamp on one. Do we want to do it that way? Yeah, we'll do that. All right, I'm going to use a dimensional. We'll pop that up too. All right, happiest birthday. Like that one. And then this one, we will, let's get the one that doesn't have a smudge on it. And I have it on a block. Here it is. Time to celebrate. So we'll do, I guess we should probably do navy ink on that one. That's from that same set. I'll let that dry for a second. I'll do time to celebrate on the inside. Like that. So now I'll just sign my name. And on the inside of this one, let's see, do I have? There's a happy birthday in here. There it is. Oh, of course, this is my block. I put the extra glue on, but I will be super careful. And I brought the Cajun Craze. It's a nice font. Happy birthday. Okay, so I'm going to carefully put that over here. Close that up. All right, so now we can, yeah, pop that up. I'm almost done. So hopefully you can see with all different papers, I mean, really all you need for pattern paper is a 5x4 piece, but it looks like so much more. Oh, I forgot to put those in my little container. All right, time to celebrate. Get that straight. All right, here we go. I'm going to show you both. There you go. So you can cut. Oh, it looks, I'm so excited. It looks like an airplane. To me, it looks like a paper airplane. And with the airplane paper, that was serendipity. Okay, so there you go. So it's a fun, they call the arrow fold card. So this one I did with a copy paper. And this one I did just with the zinnias. I brought up to show you because just show you what I did quick. I thought it was going to be like too much. I thought it needed something else than just that. So what I did is I scored two, let's see, I just scored a line and then I just went a little, like, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch. I'm just eyeballing this one. The other one I did kind of measure. So all right, there you go. You can see how I scored those two? This one might be a little close, but if you fold it back and then fold it on the second, you get this kind of, just makes it a little bit smaller. Like that. And then you can put that right on your card, and you can even have like a little dimension. Or what I did is I just took the same size and I just put it on that, so you have like this little tab of a color. I don't think you can see that, but that's what I did on that. There you go. You can see it, but it actually kind of works with all the angles of the card. All right, so that's what I have for you today. Let me go back to where I am and say hi to our new people, to Lori and Candy. I'm Christine, of Mail Something Pretty, and I'm so glad you joined in today. And anyone else who is new watching, hello and welcome. All right, so every Tuesday, almost every Tuesday, I go live at the same time. So it's 2 p.m. Eastern time, so whatever it is in your time code. And then we do like a little class. So that's what it was. So just to recap the things that are happening for today and the rest of July. Free shipping today for anything over $75. Oh, you're so sweet, Jenny. Thank you. So if you place an order today over $75, you get free shipping. So that saves, I don't know, whatever 11% is. So at least $8, $9 it saves right there. Bonus day coupons are going on. So in July, if you order $50 or increments of $50, you get a $5 coupon that you can use in August. And so there's no limits to how many you can earn. And then also I do a mystery host party every once in a while. So we haven't done one in a while. So I figured might as well jump in on the bonus day coupons and the free shipping. So if you place an order any size, and actually by the end of July, and you use the host code, which is in the description, and I'll put it somewhere else, you'll be entered in for a random drawing, and whoever is chosen gets all the host rewards for all the orders pulled together. So there's a few of you watching that have been chosen in the past, and I think our highest total once was like $180 of free stuff. It was insane. Actually, it's insane in a good way. So I don't know what the total is up to right now, but we have it until the end of July. So the more orders, the higher the rewards get. So that's what's going on there. All right. Jenny, I'm interested in the in-person class this September. Whoa. All right. Well, we can chat about that. Yeah, I do have an in-person class going on in September, on September 14th. Yeah, we can chat about that, Jenny. Hello, Becky. I'm all done. So you'll have to go back and watch the replay. All right. I think that's it. I think that's all I have. I hope you like the cards. I'll just show you again. These are the two that we made, but you can use any pattern paper. Here we go. And they have this fun, there we go, fun little arrow fold card. Yeah, arrow fold card. Okay, have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys next Tuesday. All right, bye.